Baba, as you can see, young people have a deep understanding of all the issues that are facing us. And this goes to stress the point of serikali ya nani? Serikali ya nani? We are seeking an intergenerational government with 70% of young people making up the government, your government. Asante sana. Our next speaker is Sam Kimani. Babi makofi ya Sam Kimani. Tunaendelea vizuri?
Hello everybody. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga, all protocols observed. My name is Sam Kimani from Molo in Nakuru County. Allow me to start with a gory story that otherwise I wouldn't want you to hear. But again, it is a story close to my heart and one that speaks to what I was told to come and speak on behalf of young professionals from Mount Kenya. It was early 2008, in the heart of the post-election violence, that I remember very well. My teenage cousin went to tend to my uncle's cattle in a forest that neighbored our village. And as usual, we expected him to come back late in the afternoon with the cattle, as it was his norm. But that day he came a little bit earlier. But something else happened that day. I remember him coming home, clinching on his Dear FM radio, his shirt sodden in blood, his neck half slit, and his radio speaking in a language that we were compelled to hate then. We tried to resuscitate him, to no avail, and we lost a young man very close to us. And that is a story that can be retold by nearly every family in Molo, in Rift Valley, and in other places that were affected by the post-election violence. I can give 1,001 stories of men that I know, in as much as everyone saw them walk and purport to do everything that they were expected to do, they never survived the chaos that happened. Men sank in depression. Men abandoned their families. Their stories were never captured in TVs. Their stories were never captured in the media. They were never told. But they left their families distraught, and that is what happens when we fight because of elections. To those who don't live in those places, it is a short-lived period of chaos that you see captured on the TV, a story you may not want to see again, but to us, it's things we live with, indelibly ingrained in our hearts. We'll never forget, no matter how long it takes. It's painful. Watching men who used to tend their families unable to do so, sinking in alcohol, disappearing each and every day, and they never become the men they were. Watching young people as they are misused as cannon fodder in the post-election violence, being killed, being maimed. It might appear as statistics, but to the affected family, it is lovely members they'll never see again, lovely members they watch getting maimed, lovely members they see rotting in alcoholism as a result of physical and psychological damage that they suffer as a result of the post-election violence. So today, even as we sit here and as we await 2022 elections, I have a question to the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, because I can assure you my vote is yours, and so is everybody seated here, and we shall see to it that we do our part to make you the President of the Republic. How are you going to ensure that that does not happen again? That people like us will not continue living with scars in our hearts, looking at people who live in what we used to call our homes, tilling what we used to call our land, and no justice was ever served to us. Even if you relocate us to other places, we cannot forget that we used to have what was ours and is no longer ours. Seated here, Bona Prime Minister, I can tell you the reason we have all these people here, it's because many of them are businessmen and women, and that's why they are not in the offices. They are people who wake up and go and tend for themselves. In the heart of chaos, the first to be affected is businesses. The first to be affected is the economic flow of things in a country. Again, Bona Prime Minister, how are you going to make sure that that doesn't have to happen in the future? Allow me to thank you, first of all, for the handshake, because the handshake was the greatest action from your end to show that you really care and you want us to live in peace and harmony. But again, allow me to ask, what are you going to do to us to make sure that we shall live in harmony and peace? We shall not experience chaos after elections. Thank you so much.
Huyo jamaa ameongea vizuri sana. Tumpigie makofi vizuri. Unajua baba, tunajua wewe unapenda vijana. Nikiona rafiki yangu Babu Owino, nione Sifuna hapo alikuwa Secretary General akiwa 35 years old wa ODM. It's a testament that you nurture young leadership in this country. The next speaker I'm going to call anaitwa Wamboi Nyoto, and coffee yake, and kidogo DJ kidogo tu, and she's a testament that our president believes